G'day, I'm Graham Ross from the Garden Clinic. Back in the 1930s and 40s, Dr. George Hewitt, who was the resident medical officer at Bellingen District Hospital in New South Wales, imported some seed of what was alleged to be a white jacaranda. Well, the seed was actually pinched a couple of times in mail, in transit from California, from the University Arboretum there to Australia. But eventually the seed did arrive, and he grew it on, and true enough, it grew and produced these beautiful white flowers. He gave it to a number of nurseries who didn't do anything with it. He even gave one to the Botanic Gardens in Sydney, and it's in flower like this one at the moment. But when I went to see George, I fell in love with his passion for horticulture. He imported an enormous number of plants into Australia and made them popular, like the Tipicinas. They were all hybrids, and an enthusiasm he had for that purple bush that turned it into one of the most popular garden trees and street trees that we have. But the white jacaranda, it sort of languished. When I went up there one year to Bellingen, we filmed it, and I was absolutely captivated back in the 70s. And he said to me at the time, "Graham, if you can get this into nurseries, people will just love it, in contrast to the blue one at Christmas time." Well, it wasn't until I left the teaching fraternity and started looking for ideas, and we started propagating this plant. They're all grafted onto a blue rootstock, so you've got to make sure that if any suckers come up, they must be removed, because you'll end up with a blue tree. He asked me, would I propagate it and get it into the trade? And that's what we've done. I wrote to him and I said, can we give it a commercial name? And he said, yes, whatever you like. So we ended up calling it White Christmas, which was the season in which it flowers. And White Christmas was my dad's favourite Bing Crosby record. So it was a combination of ideas. But White Christmas it is, and it's a beautiful plant, sometimes sold in nurseries as alba, which just means white. It's a beautiful plant. It does need a little bit of attention. One, to watch out for the suckers. Two, it needs the same amount of water during the summer season when it's coming into flowers, like the beautiful blue ones. And that blue right across parts of Australia on the east coast during summer is just an absolute tourist attraction. When you've got a white one next to it, you just can't beat it. The interesting thing is, with the jacaranda, the white one, its foliage is lime green. And you can tell that when you see the leaves just coming out. It flowers generally leafless, like the good blue one should, and then it comes into this really lime green white flower. Now, all jacarandas get these dead twigs, and they should be removed, prune them off of a young jacaranda. I think they're better grown on a single trunk like the one behind me. There's one just behind the cameraman there which has got multiple trunks, and it's been butchered by the street pruners, and it's a bit of a shame because it's a very misshapen sort of tree. So try and get your jacaranda into a single trunk, whether it's white or blue, and you'll have a much better attractive tree. Should you prune them? No. Try and not prune them, because when you do, the branches just go straight up, as the one just up the street there has done. So those vertical branches really ruin the shape. Unlike the one next door in my neighbour's front lawn, it's got this beautiful rounded canopy, all natural, unpruned, and it just looked magnificent. Jacarandas, yes, the white one, White Christmas, or the blue, are really a great feature in many parts of Australia during the warmer months of the year. Another Garden Clinic exclusive for you here on the program.